Secondly, how do you describe the status of previous generations, i.e. the grands, who lived for a longer time? This is Patricia Nzera. She's in Bugolobi.
That everybody has a chance of living for a longer time. If you look at that pie chart, okay?
Disease and death, health and growth.
That pie chart means every food we eat, part of it is giving us health and growth. Another one is giving us disease and death.
Okay.
Okay? Now, depending on, if you are eating more health, if you are eating less healthy and growth foods, and the ones giving you diseases are the ones which are more, okay? You are not going to survive beyond age 50. That's why, now, it all depends on where you are. I can give you an example. We have body systems. For example, a blood group A teacher is a genotype, for example, living in Uganda, okay, is going to have a scenario like this. Why? 90 of the foods here in Africa, they don't work for them because these are, I told you, these are American, European body systems.
Okay.
So if he's taking matoke every day, chicken, goat's meat, whatever, he's eating disease and death. And actually, people with this nature, from age 25, they are taking medications.
Right away.
Right away. Every time you drive into their homes, you find many pharmacies.
Within the house.
Panado, aloe vera. They are always in and out of hospitals. Why? Most of the foods they are eating are suppressing their immune system, and they cannot live long. It could be any body system. It could be blood group A, B, or depending on where they are. If it's a blood group A, or when it is in an area where most of the foods are not there, it will be in that first chart. The second chart now shows you people who can eat moderately. You know, they eat some good foods, they eat some bad ones, you know, they do some, moderately. As you can see in that chart. Now we are halfway. If you look at that chart, we are halfway. Now that 50%, those ones, they can live between 50 to 70.
It is not about the blood group.
It's not about the blood group.
It is about what we
what
eat.
you eat as compatible. Because now this one, he's eating a lot of some compatible foods, but he doesn't know they are compatible, but by default, by accident. And
he finds himself having the right food.
Some good things, and some then they can live between 50 and 70. So it depends still where the blood groups are located. Okay, so you find somebody can take this and that, then you find him living very, very, he's eating foods which are killing him and those which are giving him health. That's why you see people will say, but you see, I've been eating this for such and such a period of time. Yes, you have been eating this for a period of time. Part of it gives you diseases and death, another one gives you health and growth. That's why at the end of the day, the disease and death wins the battle, and eventually you are taken to your ancestral burial ground. So when you look at the next scenario, now, there are people who by location or choice, they find themselves eating more health and growth foods than the wrong foods. And this applies to people, especially, for example, if you go to find people in the rural areas. Most of the, especially, let me give you an example, blood group O hunter. If you find a blood group O hunter in a rural area, he will live above 90 years. Why? Most of the lifestyle and the foods in the rural area work for them. Matoke is good for them, chicken is good for them, meat is good for them, sweet potato is good for them. Then their lifestyle, working and hard is part of it. So you find that the only bad part of it they have is not so much. So those ones can live above 90. Why? Because on their plate they are having very little ready foods, ready flagged foods. So the more ready flagged foods you have on your plate, the less you live. The more green flagged foods you have on your plate, the longer you live. So it does not have blood group, does not have genotype, but where are you and what are you eating? That's why we go to the last scenario. So the older people, our ancestors belong to that group. Most of the time they were
these guys you meet is in 70 years but still riding his bicycle.
They are working, they are chasing cows here and there. They don't take fried things, they don't take this.
This is their pie chart.
That's their pie chart.
Okay.
Let's go to the last one.
They eat more healthy.
Yeah. But now, that's why now with the
Now, Dr. I want you to tell me, so who is that?
That is the one who has now come to Timex Infusion Center. He has only the highest foods on it.
For how long does that person live?
God is the answer.
Oh, I had not said that.
Yes. Because you don't have any foods that are pushing you.
God only chooses when to take you.
But you'll be healthy and live on and live on.
In fact,
and actually forget about.
If you avoid recklessness on the road with border borders and stray cars.
Yeah.
When you hear of tear gas, you enter your home.
So you just see people to take medication, and you only remain going to hospitals to look at patients, but never to go to the patients.
For tourist purposes.
Yes. Because every day you are eating foods which are supporting your genes and cells, and therefore the immune system is supported. Maybe again on that question, if you look at it carefully, there is scientists have done a lot of things.
Yes,
they have gone to the Mars, they have gone to the moon, they are making rockets, they are doing all sorts of things. Okay, they can transplant hearts. They are transplanting kidneys.
Yes.
Those are very complicated surgical operations. Okay. They are doing all sorts of things. Inventing also planes which are moving themselves in the air. Okay?
Satellite.
COVID came in within no time. Vaccines had been.
Yes, invented.
But out all those scientists up to today, in the whole world, there is no scientist in the whole world who has ever discovered and who will ever discover a vaccine for diabetes, a vaccine for high blood pressure, a vaccine for arthritis, a vaccine for cardiac problems, a cardiac for blood clots. Nothing. You will never get any vaccination of that. Why? Because those diseases are vaccinated in your cup, plate, and glass, as you have been seeing the pie charts. Okay. And they are
by
brought,
yourself.
And they are also brought by your cup, plate, and glass. The ready pie you have been seeing. And they are also treated by your cup, plate, and glass by coming to Timex and remaining with the green throughout. After that, God is the answer.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Yes.